I want to get on your side. You know, I used to be a Republican, then I used to be a Democrat. Today, I am just an American. I don't care if you have an R or a D after your name, or an I or a Q or anything after your name. I'm not a party person. I refuse to give up my right to vote for a person, to change it for a right to register for a party. Because if that's all we're going to do, then that's all we want to do is register for a party. But how do we get the people that do what they say? You go back to the Republicans. For 4 years, they controlled everything. For the next 4 years, they controlled the White House. What happened during that 8 years? If we look back on our history, I don't think that any Republican or Democrat or anybody else can look in the mirror and say, we did a good job for America. There is no way. You look at the thousands of jobs that were lost. You look at the thousands and millions of taxpayer dollars that were sent overseas to help companies take our jobs overseas. We paid them to take our jobs overseas.
That's regulation.
And we've got to get people in there that quit. I think if you took a poll, and I get very passionate on this, if you took a poll, we would like to go to Washington and help every single body that's there pack up their boxes and get out of our nation. I don't know if I want to send somebody back. I don't know if I want politicians there. I don't want a Democrat or Republican. I want an American. I want somebody that says, if this isn't right, this isn't what's right for America. So I don't care how much money they give my campaign. I don't care who did what for who. I don't care where my money's invested in the stock market. And I don't know if they exist.
Get rid of the lobbyists. That's one of our problems right
And
here.
we hear that, we talk about it, we promise it, but it never happens because it puts you and Mark Schauer and everybody else in those golden seats in Washington.
Right in the middle. It comes, and also comes down to hard choices. People promise we're going to cut spending, we're going to cut taxes, and we're going to cut the deficit. You give me all three of those, and I'm thinking, you mentioned about Reagan. In 8 years, Reagan's deficit was more than the combined deficit of Washington through Carter. We ran deficits under in the last 8 years.
No, that's not true. It's the other way. Combined deficits of Washington through Reagan don't even come up to what Barack has right
But
now.
I'm saying, you mentioned how.
Let me answer this comment here, and it's a valid comment. I wish I had a choice. You're from Detroit. We appreciate you being here, but she had a comment. I want to respond to this. And I want to give an opportunity for the whole group. Okay,
And then this lady's next, she's going to wait.
that's fine. Yeah, but you make a valid point. I ran there on principles, and I just told you we stood very strongly. We did what we said we would do, and we took the heat for that. That's fine. That's the American way. I'm running back to do those same things. To restore trust to the Americans, yes, but more than that. To live under the principles that will make this country flourish, which we used for the longest time and brought us to this point. Those constitutional principles that aren't Democrat and aren't Republican. They're American. But I can't get elected unless I run in one of the two parties. It's just a matter of reality. In a mayoral race, you run nonpartisan. That isn't how it's run at the congressional level or state level. So I had to make a choice. I frankly like the Republican Party that was formed in 1854 under the oaks in Jackson, Michigan at the corner of Franklin and 2nd Street. I like that party. I like the party of emancipation. I like the party of equal rights. I like the party of women's government. I like the party of the Constitution. That's why we were formed. Because the rest of government had gotten away from those principles. So Hillsdale College professors came up to Jackson and other people from around the nation. Came and they formed a party based on those ideals. That's where I stand. That's why I ran for the state legislature against a Republican. I was a Tea Partier before Tea Parties. I ran against a rhino. They weren't called rhinos back then, but I ran against them, defeated it. That's why I ran against a rhino for Congress. I ran against Republicans to be there. Because I believe in America, and I believe in its ideals and its principles confined to that Constitution. But the only way I get elected is running one party.